All of you are welcome here for class 9th, chapter number 1, chemistry, the language of chemistry. Today we will discuss, okay? Now, first of all, what is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the characteristics and composition of all materials. Chemicals are everywhere, you know this one. Some chemicals are useful and to us some are harmful. In order to know them, we need to understand the fundamentals of chemistry. With the advent of inventions and the quest to acquire more, individuals have frequently explored the realm of the unknown to extend their boundaries of knowledge and to get ever so close to the truth. Okay, so for this one, we are studying the language of chemistry. Science belongs to no one country. Louis Pasteur has told this one. Okay, the language of chemistry we are studying. Okay, first we'll discuss about the atoms. So you had studied in early classes in 6th, 7th, 8th. What is an atom? Okay, when we talk about atoms, two questions usually strike our mind. Does an atom have a mass? What is the size of an atom? Let us go through the lesson and to find the answer of this question. Okay, now first of all, size of an atom, representation of atoms, atomic size. Okay, the size of an isolated atom cannot be measured. However, we can estimate its size by assuming that its radius is half the distance between adjacent atoms in a solid. Atoms are very small in size. They are very so small that it is not possible to see with them under a powerful, even under a powerful optical microscope. The size of an atom is indicated by its radius. It's known as atomic radius. Since an atom is very small, so we need a very small unit of reporting the atomic radius. Thus, the radius of an atom is often expressed in nanometer. Okay, so this one, size of an atom, representation of atom and atomic mass. So means size of an atom is very small. Atom are very small. Size of atom indicated by its radius, and its can be reporting the atomic radius. Okay, often expressed in nanometer. Okay, radius of the atom. Just you can see distance between two adjacent atoms. Okay, now surface of a silicon atoms. Atoms cannot be seen with the naked eye, but the use of modern techniques has enabled us to see the surface of atoms also. Okay, the magnified image of the surface of silicon atoms is shown in the figure. Just you can see here. You can mark here in the picture. Okay, now size of an atom. Hydrogen atom is the smallest of all atoms. The given figure shows the atomic radius of the some elements. See here, atomic and ionic radii, metals, non-metals, hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, they had given you. Okay, this is the classical representation. Okay, now a large number of elements are known as today. It would be cumbersome to refer to them by their names and at the time of our studies. For the sake of this convenience, we need symbols that represent these elements. Otherwise, there is a difficulty to identify them. Towards the end of the 19th century, scientists felt this need to assign standard characteristic symbols for the elements. First, John Dalton, the first scientist to use symbols to represent different elements. Dalton proposed symbols for some elements which are shown in figure. See, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, iron, copper, lead, silver, gold, platinum, mercury. Each symbol proposed by Dalton represent an atom of the respective element. For example, if someone wanted to represent two hydrogen atoms, then he would have to draw the symbol of hydrogen and twice as shown. Okay, two hydrogen atoms. So these are things which John Dalton has suggested. Modern representation of atoms. See, many of the symbols which are proposed by Dalton were difficult to draw and remember. Therefore, alternate method of representing elements were required. Another scientist named Johannes Jacob Bernoulli suggested that letters of the alphabet can be used as symbols to represent the element. The modern symbols of element are based on this idea. Okay, just I will tell you about this Johannes Jacob Bernoulli. Okay, he was a Swedish chemist. He invented the modern chemical symbols. Some elements such as silicon, selenium, cerium, and thorium were discovered by him. He was the first person to make the distinction between organic and inorganic compounds. He also introduced the classical system of chemical symbols in 1811, in which elements were abbreviated by one or two letters to make a distinct abbreviations from their Latin names. He developed the radicals theory of chemical combination also, which holds that reactions occurs as a stable group of atoms called radicals, all exchange between molecules. Okay, now the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC, approves the names and symbols of the element. The modern symbols of the elements is made up of one or two letters of the English or Latin name of that element. As a rule, the first letter of the symbol is always written as a capital letter and second as a small letter. The modern representation of atom is more convenient and meaningful. To conclude, the symbols of the various elements are significant as they represent distinct elements, they represent single atoms of the elements. Okay, modern representation. Okay, they are given you. Okay, elements and symbols: aluminium, Al; elements: iron, Fe; argon, Ar; calcium, Ca; magnesium, Mg; lead, Pb; carbon, C; chlorine, Cl; copper, Cu. Okay, fluorine, F; gold, Au; hydrogen, H; iodine, I; potassium, K; silicon, Si; silver, Ag; sodium, Na. Okay, yes, this is an important table. You should remember the names. Okay, if you are not known the symbols for this one. Okay, name in English, you know this one: Ca for calcium, Al for aluminium, Ba for barium, Bi for bismuth, Cl for chlorine, Co for cobalt, Cr for chromium, Fr for francium, Li for lithium, Ni for nickel, Ra for radium, Rn for radon, and Si for silicon. Okay, then next thing, valency and significance we will study in the next video. Okay.